is very small at the center, is responsible for nuclear reaction. Therefore, it's responsible to have the 92 elements to fill up the periodic table. So you see these two very different objects. They can be totally complementary. Actually, they form the most important fundamental building block of the universe. And that's what we should do. So we have the symbol. If East and West can work together like the electron and the proton. So inside the yin, there's a yang, there's a seed of yang. Inside the yang, there's a seed of yin. The seed will gradually grow and revitalize this part. Same for this. Who are the seeds? It's you. You are here. We're making a cross-cultural converse, and it's your mission to carry our ideas around. And so you are the seed. Today we are in the US. Someday you go to the East. You explain the Western civilization, Western culture. Then you become the seed in the East. So now I talk about the cosmology. First, so I explain the way how Confucius thinking about cosmology, and I immediately compare with the modern cosmology. So Confucius and his ancestor understood the universe like this. At the beginning, there was nothing. What is nothing? Today we call it a vacuum. That big circle indicates the whole universe. Then Confucius and his ancestor think it's become a state called Taiji, non-polar. It's a uniform state. Inside, it's many things are going on, and it looks like a uniform. And today we know this. When vacuum becomes something, there will be particles and antiparticles everywhere. So they interact they annihilate each other violently. It's a very violent stage. So this goes to that in less than 1 second. Later, I'll explain what happened in the middle. And then, in about 1 day time, miraculously, all the antiparticles disappeared in the first day. If the antiparticles were still here, we wouldn't be able to live. But the universe is still dark because any light generated will be absorbed by the charges, electron or proton. So the universe is still segregated, and it's dark. So 80,000 years later, proton and electron form hydrogen. That's the fundamental building block of the universe, and the stars begin to form. So there will be light, and hydrogen atom. The space becomes transparent. It takes about 80,000 to 500 million years time for the stars to form, to have beautiful skies at night. Then it can become the 8 hexagrams, which I would explain it to be the 8-fold way of the periodical table of the atoms. So what happened in between vacuum and Taiji? We can also guess now what happened. So vacuum first make a quantum fluctuation into something called fake vacuum. What is a fake vacuum? When you boil a cup of water inside inside the microwave. Sometimes that cup of water can exceed 100 degrees C, but still remain in the liquid state. And when you touch it, it explodes, can hurt you badly. So this fake vacuum then makes an explosion that's called the Big Bang. Big Bang produces a lot of Higgs. This is what 5 years ago discovered as the God particle. Why it's called a God particle? Because only God can create something from nothing. And Higgs can do the same. That's why it's called God particle. Then Higgs collision will produce some very high mass particles which we have not discovered yet. So we can imagine those are called the Planck particles and the grand unification particles. So now we are going to the 8 hexagrams. Now there are three lines. The solid means yang, and the broken is yin. So there are total 8 combinations. So if you double this, then it becomes 64 combinations. What we try to learn is we would like to be proton and electrons, then it's contrary and complementary. We don't want to behave like an electron and a positron, then it's mutually destructive. Luckily, this lasted only the first day, then positron all disappeared. I have time just to explain to you the first of the 64 hexagrams, and I think it's very interesting for us to learn. First is the 6 solid lines. It means it's the 6 yangs. So that's the most energetic state. So Confucius used a dragon as an example. So there is a baby dragon without a mother. That dragon can be a person, can be a nation or a corporation, a student